What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to do a yucca tour of the property. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a while, and it's late November. I wish I did it a little earlier, but that's okay. I'm going to start off with, you'll see I have way too many yuccas, and I think I have an obsession. A few different varieties, and we'll start off with, so I have three of these right up front. Yucca Filamentosa Color Guard. It's probably the most common yucca in the Northeast you'll find. Rightfully so, because they're a little different than the other yuccas. They do have the your typical spikes at the end, but they're real floppy. Their leaves aren't real hard, and they don't generally stick you for that reason. Another reason why they're popular is just the colors are just awesome. That variegation, that bright poppy yellow or gold, if you want to say that. Just looks awesome, and they're not gigantic too, so you can kind of put them in the front or just give you a splash of color. And they're, like most yuccas, they're basically maintenance free. I just really like these guys. Another really cool thing, and this is kind of how you'll identify the Filamentosa, is these filaments here. You'll see these all over the leaves. You'll see these in maybe some hybrids and stuff like that, but that's your telltale sign this is most likely Yucca Filamentosa, or I like to call the filaments the curly hairy looking things. So the curly hairy looking things is how I tell what this is. You can see I have three right up front of the walkway here, and then right here I saw this one in had a pruny yucca. This is my Yucca Recurvifolia, easily my favorite one. Putting out some nice growth this year. I don't know how old this is, maybe 5 or 6 years old, something like that. This was a transplant from my other house, so I'm sure that kind of stunted some of the growth. And it actually wasn't a shady spot too, so it should be a little bigger than it is, but it seems to be grown happy in its new spot. Has a nice growth, a nice trunk. Easily 2-footed trunk. And what I like to do with these, a lot of folks will trim these in the spring and the fall. I trim mine in the spring, usually around Easter time, because we host a party and I want them looking good. But I just get excited about the spring around April time. And then I'll trim them periodically throughout the summer as these lower leaves die. However, in the fall, I kind of like to leave the old crappy looking ones and let them they'll eventually just drop down as the weather gets colder. And to me, it's just going to add extra protection for throughout the winter with those winds that really seem to hurt a lot of the plants. They burn the leaves and stuff like that. But anyway, so I'll clean that up in the spring, but I won't touch these in the fall. And here, you might recognize these. I also featured these in the pruning video. These are Yucca Gloriosa. Really awesome. Similar with the color guard in the sense that they have that variegation. Pretty cool. Really cool actually, but unlike the Filamentosa, these leaves are super hard, very erect, and they will get you. Them and the Recurvifolia, they'll just tear you up if you bump into them if you don't trim the spikes. Same thing here with the Recurvifolia. Got a lot of the dead the dead leaves in the bottom. I'm gonna leave them throughout the winter and then trim them up in the spring. These probably, I don't know, I might have 6 to 8 inches of growth. I keep saying growth, sorry, 6 to 8 inches of trunk. So it's starting to form a nice trunk. Pretty happy with that. Same thing over here. It just looks really cool. How cool is that when you look at it from above? That's just awesome. Really neat. And here I got this from somebody. I transplanted this. It has a really cool blue color. I think this is some kind of Yucca Recurvifolia, Filamentosa hybrid. And again, why do I think that? Because of the curly hairy looking things, the filaments there. But I really love the blue. And this actually had a trunk that was over a foot, and just it bloomed late in the summer last year, and then the trunk rotted out. And these quickly, I think I have two of them that popped up, I think. right after that happened, so that sucked. But it's probably just me being a hack job when I transplanted this. So, but really neat looking. So I'm not sure what this is, but I do think this is some kind of Filamentosa hybrid. Let's see, before I go around back, I guess I'll go on the front here. So I always like the look of having two small gardens on both sides of the driveway. This is what we did here. More Yucca color guard, the Filamentosa. I love that variegated kind. And then this is a big Recurvifolia. And you have some new growth there. I'll eventually take those and split them and relocate them. But you see how big, I mean, you have 3 foot of trunk here. Freaking awesome. So one thing I am concerned with is this was a double-headed monster. Oh, it just pricked me. Oh, come on. You gotta be careful with these things. Let's see here. So you see how this was a double-headed guy there, and I relocated these in late November 2 years ago, and I don't know, this one just looked like it took some damage. And then right from the start in the following spring, this left one was showing signs of new growth where this right side was not. And then when I felt that the trunk there it was rot, it was like getting soft, and that's your telltale sign that it's going to drop the trunk and probably push out new growth on the bottom, which stinks. So the concern I have is the main trunk is still doing that. It's still kind of soft to the touch, which sucks. Let's see here. And then you got all this brand new growth here, which usually means it's going down. Everything all right?
I didn't want to interrupt.
You're good, you're good.
I'm just putting this near my daughter. We can't find one of our cats.
Oh no.
So I know. It's
Oh jeez.
So if you see a mostly white cat.
When did you lose it?
I don't know. My dad died within the past couple of weeks, so it's
I'm
just
sorry.
been. Thank you. It's just been real, but.
Well, definitely, I'll keep an eye out for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's wild, but I mean she's white. It's not like she'd be hard to find. But
We'll keep an eye out. Absolutely.
thank
Good
you
luck.
very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Nice. Looks like we got a missing cat. So let's hopefully we can find her. All right. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm a little concerned with this one. I have a bad feeling that this is going to die, which sucks, man, because this is probably 10 years of growth. I mean, it just sucks. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But I look on the other side. So that one looked just like this. Had the two trunks, double-headed monster, and no new growth on the bottom. So you can see just the difference is probably telling me that one on the left-hand side by the mailbox is going to die, which sucks. But really happy with this one. Put out a lot of good growth. Now we're going to walk over here. The same thing on this side. So these next two I'm going to show you, I got these the same time. I relocated the 2 by the mailbox and then the 2 here, so 4 total. This one, I really like this one because it had like a curved trunk, kind of reminded me of a palm tree, coconut tree, something like that. But didn't have a ton of new growth. You can see how like the old growth when I got it, and the new growth is much shorter. And then it pushed out a lot of new pups on the ground here, and that concerned me. So far though, the trunk seems hard, so I'm okay with that. So I'm hopeful for this one. But I'm really like this one just because of that curved trunk, but just kind of weird with the new growth. And last but not least, this one, I'm really happy with the new growth. It's a super late bloom, but it also pushed out new pups on the bottom. So I don't know what is going on here. But this to me looks pretty darn healthy. And when I check the, ow, these things get you. I'm feeling the trunk here. It's nice and hard, so I am not concerned with this one. We got some more smaller ones. I'm not going to show you those. More of the same. And then we have the last. Oh wait, no, this is not what I want to show you. This is more Filamentosa color guard. I want to show you these. This is Filamentosa Bright Edge. So if you notice the color guard, the variegation, that the gold, the yellow was in the middle, and then hence the name Bright Edge. The gold variegation is on the outside, and then you can see the curly hairy looking things, the filaments all over the place. But I think this is cool, just like the other Filamentosa. You do have the pointy ends, my dirty fingernails, which is in all my videos. And then but the leaves themselves are real floppy, so just not going to get hurt with these, which is really neat. Kind of the same thing. They don't get real tall. They stay low to the ground. So this is something you might want to put like in the middle of your garden bed or in the front, and have some tall stuff in the back. So there's the Yucca tour. I have just, they're everywhere. I got yuccas everywhere. And here's that other hybrid. I got another one of these. This is a cool bluish green. All right, folks, hope you liked it. And hope you can get through the winter. And look forward to seeing everybody in the spring. All right, take care.